talk.
Okay, we're going to do subtracting fractions with borrowing. And what we're going to do here is we have 1, the number 1 minus 2 over 3. And obviously if we have 1 minus 2 over 3, and if Faith can put it on here, she can see it. You can see that 1 minus the 2 over 3 here, you cannot take 2 over 3 from 1 the way it is currently. So what we need to do is we need to convert the number 1 into its fractional part. And remember, all we need to do in order to convert numbers into fraction is just simply put it over 1. You can put 1 over 1, and it's a fraction. 2 over 2 is a fraction. 3 over 3 is a fraction. And so we just put it over itself. I'm sorry. I think I said 1, but we want to put it over itself. And so in order to make this into a 1, this is 1, this is 1, this is 1, 4 over 4 is 1, etc., etc. So all of these are 1. If we want to have a number that we can actually take 2/3 from, we want to convert this into 3 over 3 because the denominator here is 3. So we're going to convert this into a 1, and we're in the 1 equivalent. 3 over 3 minus 2 over 3 ends up being 1 over 3. And that's pretty easy to do, and it's a really effective way of actually doing your fractions. We're going to move on. We have 1 over here with a 9. What happens when you have a larger number than 1? Well, you have a 9 here. So a 9, we only want one of the ones out of the 9 in order to do this subtraction. So we're going to take a 1 out of that 9, and that 9 is going to become 8, and 8 is going to become 8, and it's going to become 8 and 9 over 9. Because we're taking the 1 out of the 9. Now, here's the thing. I've already done it over here. So we've taken that 1 out of that 9. That 1 became 9 over 9. 8 and 9 over 9 minus 7 and 7 over 9 ends up being, what do we have? 7 from 9 leaves 2. Right, 2 over 9. So we got to bring our 8 down here. So our answer is 8 and 9 over 9 minus 7 over 9 equals 8 and 2 over 9. All right. Okay. So for the next one, we're going to do this and have Faith come on over, and let's take a look here. So we have here 11 and 1 over 2. Minus 4 and 3 over 4. Now we have a problem here because we don't have common denominators. We have to have common denominators in order to make these numbers, subtractable. You can't subtract two different unlike fractions. Now you need to go back and look at how we convert fractions in order to do that. But just simply believe me when we say we're going to make this into a common denominator by multiplying this 1/2 times 2, because 4 is our greatest common factor. So we're going to make that here, or our greatest common denominator would be, 4. So we're going to multiply this by 2, and 2 would be our factors for both 4 here and 2. So 2 times 1 is 2, and 2 times 2 is 4, and that makes that a 4. That's what we're looking for. So now we have 11 and 2 over 4 minus 4 and 3 over 4. And then we're going to do the same thing we did over here. We're going to borrow because we can't take 3 from 2. So I'm going to have to borrow from the 11. We'll borrow from the 11. We're going to make that 10, and we're going to make the number that we're going to take out of that to make a fraction. We're going to make that into, that's a 4, right? So we're going to take 4. We're going to take a 4 over 4 out of that. And then we're going to add that 4 over 4 to the 2 over 4, and that becomes 6 over 4 minus 3 over 4, and 6 minus 3 ends up being 3, right? 3 over 4. What do we have? 10 minus 4 ends up being 6. So our answer is 6 and 3 over 4. 6 and 3 over 4. Hope that helps.